Hello, this is Fernando Barrios.
And this is Matteo Ferrari. And today we're solving some indices questions of the IGCSE calculator exam. First of all, we're gonna start with question 10a. The question starts with if you want to find the value of p. So you have 2 to the power of 24, and then you have brackets to the power of 1/2 equals p to the power of 4. The first step you have to do is when you have brackets over a number, you have to multiply the two indices. So in this case, it will be 24 times 1/2, which is 12. So this means that 2 to the power of 12 is equal to p to the power of 4. So now we want to find p. So to isolate p, you have to root it. You have to root it, but root 4. So you root 4 the p to get just p, and then do the same in the left side, which would create a division. So you have 2 to the power of 12, and with the root 4, you divide by 4, so it will be 2 to the power of 3. And 2 to the power of 3 is 8. So the final answer equals 8. P is 8.
If you want to, Mateo, if you want to do it another way, you can say 2 to the power of 12 equals 4096, which you just plug it in your calculator. So 2 to the power of 12 equals 4096. And this would equal p over 4. So to get p, it would be shift root 4 outside of 496, and this would give you 8, which is the same as Mateo said, the final answer.
Yes, perfect. That's another way of solving.
Now for question 10b, it tells you to simplify, meaning there's not going to be an actual answer, as there are all algebraic expressions. So to simplify, q squared plus q squared would give you 2q squared. And q to the power of 1 over 4 times q to the power of 1 over 4. Remember, when you times a number with an index, if it's the same number, or here the same letter, which is q, you would just add the powers. So it would be 1 quarter plus 1 quarter, which is 1/2. So we end up getting 2q squared over q to the 1/2 to the power of 1/2. Mateo, are you seeing the whiteboard?
Yes.
Now, here we can simplify it even further as a division between two numbers or letters, here being q, which are the same, would be a subtraction of their indices. So it would be 2, the final answer would be 2q, and now we subtract the indices, which is 2 minus 1/2 would be 3 over 2 to the power of 3 over 2, and this is your final answer. Okay.
Okay. Now scroll down, please. Okay, now question 11a. So you have again the brackets, and this means when you have the index 1, like 1/5, this means that you have to you have to do a root 5. So this would mean you have to look at the equation at the numbers in two ways. First of all, you have to um, divide 125, which is the index of t, by 5, which is 25. And then you have to root 5, 3,125. And that would be the final answer. And it will be, let me type it, 5, which is root 5 of 3,125, and t to the power of 25. And that's the final answer.
Perfect. Now for question B, find the value of p when 3p equals 1 over 9. Well, here there are two approaches. One is by using logarithms, which I think it's the most simple one, but since we haven't covered it yet, we won't do it that way. And the other one is by saying that when you have a number over to the power of a negative number, it means it's going to be a fraction over that number. So if you always need to know this. If you have, in this case, 3 to the power of negative 1, this would be equivalent to 1 over 3. If you have 3, and that works with basically any number. So the number which is being raised to the power by, which is 3, will end up being the denominator. If we have 3 to the power of negative 2, it would be 1 over 3, but this time it's 3 squared. And here the same would go if we have 3 to the power of negative 3. It would be equivalent to 1 over 3 cubed, and so on, so on. But here they're asking us for, what's the value of p when it equals 1 over 9. So we could clearly say that 3, as I already mentioned, 3 to the power of negative 2 would equal 1 over 9, as it is 1 over 3 squared, and 3 squared simplifies to 9.
Okay, now 11C. So when you have the same base and you have a division of indices, a subtraction happens. So it's not division. So you have to subtract 72. 72 minus something is equal to 8. So it's pretty simple. And the answer would be 64. So 72 minus 64 equals 8, because it is a subtraction, not a division. That's the final answer.
Okay, lastly, question number 12. Here they're asking us to simplify this expression. So how do we simplify it? Well, we already said that if we times by a number with the same base, the powers are going to add. And as Mateo said previously in the previous question, if we divide by them, which is not the case in this question, obviously, the powers subtract. So here we have x, and here we have x. So we're going to times, so we add the power. So 2 plus 4 would equal 6. So the first part is going to be 3x to the power of 6. And here we have y. And in the other part, we have y, which are the same base. And this is basically just saying y over 1. So if we add 3 plus 1, it would be 4. So the final answer would be 3x to the power of 6, y to the power of 4. Well, that's it for today, this video. We hope that you have learned and enjoyed it. So thank you and goodbye.